right, we're rolling.
Okay.
And
So today,
From the Fernando and Freddy show.
Why isn't my name first?
hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Fernando and Freddy show. I'm Fernando.
I'm Freddy, and it's been a while.
It's been a very long while. We have just been all over the place and keeping busy, and unfortunately, we haven't had time for each other. But that's changing right now.
I've got my little book.
What little book is that? Does that
It's
say I
actually
miss you?
Yeah, it says I miss you. It's my gardening book.
Your gardening book. Oh
Well,
my
because I
gosh, we
told
have
you
some
I'm
tips
starting
on
the
gardening,
market
huh?
garden. Well, no, my
The market garden.
yeah, Fanning Farms coming soon.
So, you guys, today we have a little bit of talk that we want to talk with you. Wait, today we want to talk a little bit about the stock market and investing during a pandemic. So,
I was just random talking about stocks, and that's what you were doing. I thought you were just like looking at banners and things. You didn't tell me you were writing things. Fernando.
Freddie and I
Okay,
have just been having a little bit of fun with the stock market. Like nothing crazy. Like we don't have a lot of money. Just putting. What's that face for? Oh, I'm sorry. All right, Mr.
No,
Gold
I was
Coin
just
over
saying. I
here.
was like, no, I was just looking at you. I was like, we don't have a lot of money. Let's just go straight into the stocks.
All right. So, what do you have for
Fernando
us?
was like obsessed with Tesla, and I was like, well, but there was some other ones that I was looking at like a while ago, that had nothing to do with Tesla because I was just like, I don't know if Tesla's expensive, it's big, blah blah blah. But I was looking at one, and I was telling you it was WKHS and
The workhorse.
Workhorse or BLNK, and they do charging stations in WKHS. I think just signed a deal with UPS to make the mail carrier trucks, electric
USPS.
trucks.
Oh, well,
USPS,
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh, so maybe these are like a good one to jump into.
I feel like that's a lot of trucks, though. That's going to be a lot of money.
It could be, but then they don't do as many deliveries as the other ones do. But still, it's a start. I mean, I'm thinking of like the UPS or the big
FedEx.
ones, FedEx or DHL. Any one of those, they do much bigger business. But then again, I'm thinking, but now you can just be one of those independent delivery people too, as well. So I don't know. I just thought it was a good one, and then I was thinking like, but then I always think of like those aristocrat dividends. Stocks like Walmart or Coca-Cola, and they're like, Coca-Cola's not doing too well because everyone's not going to concerts, and I guess a big part of their business was concerts.
Oh, wow.
And yes, I think the article I read said 50% of their business was musical events, because when you go to those events, it's all Coke sponsored products, and now they're cutting off like half of their stock, and they're getting rid of 2,000 layoffs.
Dang.
Yeah, so I was just like, but but long term, I mean, they're really established worldwide. So I was just like, so it's hard to figure out what to invest in right now for the future.
But the interesting thing too, though, is that a lot of stocks are affordable right now. Like so much stuff has happened that a lot of January they were affordable. Now they're kind of slowly coming back up. But talking back about the Tesla stock, I was actually pretty excited about that. So,
do you want to tell them why?
Maybe because it was so much money. But I mean, when I bought the stock, it was like $799.
And can you remember last year when we were looking at it and it was like 400? It had you bought it then. So it would have split. So it would have split, and then you would have gotten that money up to 700. You would have made a pretty penny right now for one, per stock.
Yeah, but hey, only owning one of that stock, so at that point it would be two. But maybe I could have bought.
I know, but still, that's still a lot more money than what you would have put in. You would have put in 400, and you would have had like what? I don't know what the amount was when it split, but I mean, you still would have made at least like 4. $400 or $500. It's not bad.
Yeah, not
One
bad.
stock. I mean, I mean, look at people are desperate for a stimulus check of 600. I mean, it's better than
Yeah.
nothing. I always say it's
Um,
like a seed. You plant the seeds and it gives you fruit. So you get one, and you don't know by the time you retire and you end up selling or whatever you're going to do with it, you still end up usually better than where you started as long as you
yeah,
invest in the right company.
it's like a seed that you put in a crock pot. So that little seed, you just put it in the crock pot, it's gonna grow, you're gonna set it, and you're gonna forget it.
Such a seeds don't grow in crock pots. You eat out of crock pots.
Yeah, but it's that's
Ron
the saying for
Popeil
a rock
said
pot.
it and isn't this the second time you used that example? Set it and
I
forget it.
don't think so. I think that's the first time.
You said it. Well,
So
I like the George Foreman one better.
indoor or outdoor?
They have an outdoor one now.
I have no idea.
My
So
birthday's coming up.
actually it is next month, huh? Actually, a
Oh,
little over a month. 1 month and 2 days. Ooh.
quit
Ooh.
trying to give away secrets.
Trade secrets. So going back, speaking of trade secrets, so what would be some secrets? Like what is some investing advice? Like what have you learned, taken? Like what works for you? What do you love? What do you like? What do you dislike?
I've always been like with everything, I'm a research guy. I love researching. I can spend hours and weeks researching something. So like if before I'm going to invest in a sector or a company, I want to research everything. I mean, I'll start with like researching the CEO and seeing like if I like the person when they have interviews, because if the person's, because I told you about some companies I won't invest in because I'm like, that guy just seems shady, or just doesn't seem right. Like he's going to do something that I don't agree with. So, I mean, I think as an investor, you are investing in a company, so you should be concerned about the CEO, the board, where they're located, and how they do. I mean, it's one thing to search out the numbers, but I mean, those can always change. Things go up and down. They could have a scandal. I'm also a good scandal investor. Let you have a recall and a big scandal. I'm going to invest as everyone's selling because I know it's
It
going
is
to
a
go
cheap
back
price,
up.
right?
I remember I invested in this company in South Africa that had a big scandal with one of their meats and things, and I was like, "Ooh, now's the time to buy."
Did you like their food?
I think I did use their products, but this was a while ago. But I just remember that when I saw the scandal, I was like, "Oh, time to go buy." Every time like when they have those those food recalls when they have the salmonella poisoning or E. coli and things like this, I'm like, cha-ching, because
Yeah,
the
because
brands are
people are
big.
selling.
Yeah, the brand loyalty and people get scared. I've never been a panic seller.
Yeah.
I'm a panic
I
buyer.
think that's a good thing too. Exactly. I am too. Um,
Oh yeah, remember Mason when she sold everything? She was
oh, when
panicking
everything
during
was
the
happening.
yeah, and she well, it was good she sold, but I don't think she bought when that last March when everything fell. I think she
Yeah.
just kept all her cash, and I was like, oh, can you imagine how much she would have now if she hadn't?
Well, I know that like when everything started happening, like around that same time, February, March, I actually had some friends who their 401ks and stuff just kind of tanked at work, their retirement or whatever it was, their retirement. Um, their retirement money was invested in these different like things. And you can select, if you want to be risky, if you want to be safe, what kind of investments you want them to invest in. So a couple of people at work actually, when everything tanked, they lost thousands of dollars. They like pulled money out and totally did different stuff.
No.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh no, I can't lose all this money." And it's like, wait, why?
No.
You're not retiring for another 10 or
Yeah,
15 years.
not smart.
And
And look
yeah,
where everything
so
is now. So they really lost because they weren't
yeah,
thinking.
lost a lot of
That's why
money.
like
But
every time I talk to someone about this and they're always like, "Yeah, but you can lose all your money." And it's like you only lose when you sell or the company goes bankrupt. Otherwise, it's just pure stupidity.
yeah, so you never know, it could have gone back up. But
It did go back up. Everything went back up. Remember
right?
everything when I was telling you? And I'm still mad about that bank waiting to do my transfer because they cost me half that amount of money. And I'm looking as we're talking,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
looking at the tickers right now, and it's up to it's up to 11 right now. And I could have bought it at 210, but these people took their sweet time over the weekend and it was up to 410 by the time I bought.
What
So
did
I could
I
have
buy?
had double the shares. You didn't buy that one.
Oh, there was that other one that we were talking about. I paid what 605, and it's at 1096.
Well, it's not bad. It's $4 a share,
Yeah, and
and you did
I mean,
nothing.
right, right. So I'm just gonna wait for
Yeah,
that year hump to pass and then see where it's at.
no, like I said, you imagine what you're going to be at when you finally retire
Yeah,
with your pension. Like, hello, hello,
maybe we can
Fernando.
buy a.
Can I stay in your beach villa?
You can stay in my beach villa when I use my electric yacht to sail around the
Oh
world.
yeah, I
So,
forgot. Yes, you want the. Oh yeah, because you do need a house sitter. I always think of that. I never realized how important a house sitter really is when you have a property that people want to steal from.
hmm.
I was talking to a lady, because I went to lunch with the Duchess, and
Oh,
yeah, and so she was telling me about how, because I was like, "Has anyone ever robbed you?" And she's like, "Oh, I can't even count how many times our place has been robbed."
wow.
She tells me she's because she doesn't stay in her castle in the winter because it's too cold and
Oh,
it's
her
too,
castle.
yeah. Well, she's the Duchess. So, and it's too cold and it costs too much money to heat. And she's like,
Oh,
it's not insulated. So she's like, I have an apartment that I go and stay in the wintertime. And she's like, and it's just awful because every time you come back, they've cleaned out the whole house. And she said it happened one time where I went to the store, I went to have a drink with someone, I came back 2 hours later, and the place was empty.
dang.
Yeah, and so she was just like telling me this, and I was just thinking to myself, that's why people have house sitters, because people literally, when you have something to steal, they'll steal it all.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of
So,
crazy. Yeah,
back to stocks.
I know.
Uh,
It's like we're talking at home.
so what is your favorite stock?
I just told you right now. I like the well, BLNK does all the charging station. Well, they do all the charges, but they have a big share of the charging stations. And I
For
think I
electric?
wanted for electric vehicles. And since everyone's so big on electric vehicles, but like I told you before, the problem is that electricity still pollutes as much as oil. So it's a toss up. Are you
Yeah.
doing it to save the environment, or are you doing it as in investing in companies and things like that? Because there's however your investment strategy is. But then I always think like I still keep looking at Walmart. I feel like Walmart is such a safe place to put your money. It's everywhere. Everyone uses it whether they say or not. It comes up first in your searches when you type into Google. So it's always there. It's like an Amazon. So, and it's a good counter to Amazon, even though I feel like Walmart should be more ambitious going into the online forums and doing more of the buy and pick up thing at all of their stores, not just certain stores. Because they could
I'm not a
capture a
huge
much
fan of
bigger
Walmart
market.
though. I feel
I'm
like
not
Walmart, like, it's just like the name and just kind of like the image of it. A lot of people just kind of don't like it, because
because
it's
they
like
did too
taken over
many,
so much.
and that's because when they started out in the what is it in the late 90s, their brand strategy was just conquer and destroy, and they stepped on a lot of people, and people don't forget that. And so they
Yeah.
really should just work on their image of rehabilitating it to making it not seem like we're just the big guy who comes in, destroys small town businesses, and then if it doesn't work out, we keep our store empty so no one can take our place. You know what I mean? So like, even though those strategies have worked for them, they should work on maybe doing smaller stores. Like some of the French stores are really good about that too. They'll have the big stores, but then they'll do like a Walmart city. So it's like a small little one.
A Walmart City.
Yeah, so like where you can just get your essentials and get in and get out. So it's not the big
Yeah.
mega store, but you still can go and get the low prices and the things that you like. So that's why
Yeah.
I look at Walmart, there's still possibility. Like, can you imagine if they were like, Freddie, how should we do our strategy? I was like, oh, well, listen, here you go.
So right now, what is the average stock price for Walmart?
148, 149 a share.
Hmm. I don't know. I just don't like it, but maybe they do have some
Yeah, but you're
potential
investing
there.
in businesses. But like I said, yeah, it depends on where you're looking.
So personally, me, you hate my strategy, but I like buying inexpensive stocks, so penny stocks. I don't like
Mhm.
spending a ton of money. I like to spend, you know, anywhere from $2 to $5 and get a bunch of
You're doing more
inexpensive
day
stuff.
trading though, because you're not holding it on for long term. You're just seeing how much I can make real quick and sell. So
Yeah,
the risk is much higher. I
that's
mean, but if
true.
you got the money to burn, I mean, look at your beach view. I
Oh,
wish I had that.
please. What do you have? You have a
I have
wonderful garden.
I have an island vista.
Hey, has it been snowing?
Not really. Like it's been frozen though.
So you can't garden right now?
No, the ground is frozen because I was literally gonna go outside and like I was like, oh, I wanted to move this tree and um I put some things in a bad place because I was temporarily putting them there, and then I was also wanting to do this wall garden thing where the trees grow up on the wall, and they grow up in little what is it called? Espalier, I think it's called, where they grow up and it's like a T, and then it goes up and it's like another
Oh,
T, and
okay.
and it goes on along the wall, and
Hey,
what?
so in the whole stock investment, I
Mhm.
bought about 5,000 shares when they're, 22 cents in your honey company. So what's going on right now? Where are the bees?
The bees. Remember, we had a huge problem with the drought again this year, so the bees have gone. I was down to one hive. Luckily, I found out when I checked one of the hives. Something doesn't seem right. I checked the hive, so I had the strongest hive that's always been the strongest hive, which is in the worst hive box, I should say. Um, they doubled, so now I have two hives, and I was gonna buy some more queens last week, but the earliest they'll get them to me is April 21st. So I need to figure out where I'm putting the bees, because if I'm doing this market garden at this property, I'm gonna go and put some hives over there. But I'm just worried
Hmm,
someone's gonna steal them because honey is money.
honey is money.
Yeah, people steal the hives like crazy.
Let's talk money. All right, Freddie.
Okay,
Well,
something to think about.
you guys, thanks for joining us. This has been another episode of
The
the
Fernando and
Fernando
Freddy
and Freddie
show.
Show. And you guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We, would really appreciate it. It really helps out. And you can hit that little
And tell us what your
notification
top picks
clicker.
are. I
Hey,
want to know
what?
what you guys are investing in. What stock picks people do, or do you invest? Do you not invest? What do you think
Yeah,
of what we said?
yeah. Let us know. Let us know down
Yeah.
down in the comments. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining us today.
From the Fernando and Freddy Show.
Why isn't my name first?